are doing well. So guys, my name is Bhavin and today we have with us this bike which is the all new Royal Enfield Classic 350. In this video we are going to talk about the design, features, thumb as well as the performance of this bike. So let's quickly start this video. Before starting the video, if you are looking out to buy this bike or any other bike, you can surely DM us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and we'll definitely get back to you with the best deal possible. Now you can enjoy this video. Let's quickly start without wasting any more time. Start off with the walk around. Let's quickly start off with the front profile of the bike. So right in the center here you have circular halogen headlight. This is your parking light, these are your indicators. Each and every light on this bike is a normal halogen bulb used. On the front mudguard you basically have this black strip and golden highlights. On the mirrors you'll be able to see this chrome treatment. Now talking about the front wheel size, at the front you have 19-inch spoke wheel and this bike gets disc brakes on both the ends. So here you basically have 300mm disc and Biber brake calipers. Talking about the side profile here, as you can see, the bike surely looks quite robust and macho, I would say. Talking about the fuel tank, this bike gets a 13-liter fuel tank. You basically have Royal Enfield badge on it, golden highlights. This is the tank pad which actually provides grip to your knees, so you can basically lock your knees right there. Talking about the engine, now this bike is powered by a 349cc single cylinder engine. I'll talk about the engine as soon as I start riding the bike or when I start talking about the performance of the bike. Now here, as you can see, the tailpipe, your exhaust is completely finished in chrome. Here you have a storage box. Behind it I think you have your first aid kit and your toolkit kept. On this element you have glossy black treatment provided, and here you basically also do get handles on both the ends, so on both the sides actually, so it becomes very easy, very convenient for the pillion rider right here. Here you basically have your split type seat, tan colored seat. Here again you have a handle to hold on to. Now let's move on to the rear profile. So here, as you can see, the tail light which you have right here is again a normal halogen bulb. It is circular theme is actually carried on this bike. A lot of equipments actually get a circular treatment, for example your headlight, your tail light, your mirrors as well. Now moving on to this side, here you basically have a sari guard provided. And talking about the rear tire profile, the rear wheel which you have is an 18-inch spoke wheel, and you also do get disc brake on the rear end. So here you basically have a 240mm disc. Here you again have a storage box. I think behind this you have your air filter provided. Now this bike gets a 5-speed manual gearbox and you do get a heel toe shifter right there. Again there is glossy black treatment of this element. On the fuel tank, again on this side you have Royal Enfield badge and a tank pad. Now let me show you guys the instrument cluster. So here, as you can see, as soon as I switch it on, it gives you a full welcome sweep, and this is your speedometer which is an analog unit. This is your MID which you get in digital, and it will actually show you a basic information. For example, here as you can see, here you have a I button. When you press this button you will be able to see basic information like trip 1 eco mode, trip 2, trip F, timing, and your odometer reading. So these are the basic information which the instrument cluster actually shows you. Now this is the Helicon green variant. In the top end variant, which is the chrome variant, you can actually additionally install a tripper navigation system which is basically a turn-by-turn navigation system right here. Now let's quickly switch on the bike. Before switching on the bike, let's have a look at the switches. So here you basically have switch for your high beam, low beam. This is for your indicator, this is for your horn. This is how it sounds. Now here again you have few switches. This is to switch on the bike, turn on the bike. This is basically for your hazard lamp. This is basically your engine kill switch, by the way. Now let's quickly switch on the bike and let's quickly listen to the exhaust note. So here, that is how easy it is to start the bike. Now guys, listen to the exhaust note. Now let me show guys the halogen headlights which you have right here. So this is the halogen headlight which you have. This is your parking light and these are your indicators. I have switched on the hazard lamp for you guys. So guys, I think I have covered most of the things on the exterior profile. Now it's time to start talking about the power and performance of this bike. So let's quickly start off with the engine. Now this bike is powered by a 349cc single cylinder air oil cooled petrol engine, which produces 20.48 PS of power and 27 Newton meters of torque. In terms of the refinement, Royal Enfield has done a fabulous job on the motorcycle. The engine is really very refined compared to its predecessor, and it does not really sound harsh in any way possible. It only sounds a bit when you rev it hard and fast, so that is something which you need to know. In terms of the refinement, 10 on 10 goes to Royal Enfield. Talking about the power delivery, now the power delivery is on the linear side. Obviously it's not spiky, but it provides you with decent amount of grunt so that you can maneuver the bike in the city as well as on the highways. In fact, a lot of times I have also not felt the need to downshift a bit, so that is again a very good thing about the motor, that it provides you with decent amount of grunt. Now talking about the gearbox, now this engine comes paired to a 5-speed manual gearbox. Here you have heel toe shifter. Now this gearbox is really very smooth in terms of the shift, so you don't really have to put in a lot of efforts in order to change gears, and you won't really get frustrated in bumper to bumper traffic as well. But one thing which you need to know is the fact that the clutch is on the heavier side. So if your running is mostly in the city, if you ride mostly in bumper to bumper traffic, then it might be a concern for you. But otherwise, if your running is mixed in the city as well as on the highways, you will surely get used to this bike after a couple of rides. So that is about the clutch. Now guys, talking about the ride and handling balance, my personal favorite aspect of a bike, the ride quality is brilliant. I would say it is not very soft, at the same time it is not very stiff either. So it basically provides you a really very good amount of very good amount of comfort. When you take it through bad roads, you will have to take it a bit slow, and when you ride it on the highways, it surely provides you amazing stability on the highways. When you are doing speeds at around 100 kilometers per hour, the bike stays glued to the road. So highway stability is really very good. When you take it through bad roads, you will have to take it a bit slow. So that is about the ride quality. Talking about the handlebar, now the handlebar and the handling is kind of direct and stiff, I would say. It weighs up pretty well as soon as you build up speed, but in terms of handling, it surely could have provided a bit more feel and feedback around the corners. It is actually quite direct and quite stiff, I would say. Now talking about the seat height and the weight, the bike definitely has quite a lot of weight, I would say. But if your height is somewhere around 5.5 feet tall, then I think you will surely be able to manage the bike. It is not really a very big task as such, unless your riding is mostly in bumper to bumper traffic, and when you take it through potholes, that is only when you will have to be a little bit careful. But otherwise, I think you should be able to manage the bike pretty easily. After a couple of rides, you will surely get the hang of it. So guys, I think I have covered most of the things on this bike. Talking about the safety features, now there are 5 variants on offer. There is reddish variant, which gets the single channel ABS. This is the Helicon green variant, the Helicon variant. There is chrome variant as well, signals variant as well. So these are the variants which are on offer. And talking about the price of the bike, this particular bike basically gets dual channel ABS. Talking about the pricing, now this bike is priced at rupees 1,93,123 rupees ex showroom, and at this price point, I think this bike becomes a very value for money product according to me. At this price point, if you are looking out for a bike which gets macho looks, which has robust looks, which surely makes its presence felt on the road, which has the thump, and which provides you really good highway stability, which can cruise easily, which can provide you good amount of ride quality. And also talking about the mileage, now this bike should easily return you somewhere around 45 kilometers per liter. I'll surely try to test it more so that I can give you an exact figure, but I definitely think it will easily return 45 kilometers per liter. So guys, I think I have covered most of the things on this bike. Still, if you have any questions, you can surely ask it to me on Instagram as well as in the comment section down below, and I'll be more than happy to answer most of your doubts. I'll see you guys very soon. Until then, drive safe, ride safe. Bye bye.